Police Department.
For the Denver Park Apartments, and I just saw someone jump out of their window out of probably the 17th, 19th floor of the University Club Tower Apartments at 17th and Denver.
17th and the name of that place is University
Club.
This is them, so we're on the way.
All right, I was sitting out smoking a cigarette here, looking right at it. So I stare at it, I'm looking right at it. The glass broke and he fell down.
Wow, 17th floor, huh? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th floor.
Okay, all right, sir. We got help on the way then.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
On June 7th, 2011, Josh Hiberling was pushed from the broken window of his 25th floor apartment and plunged to his death. His wife Amber rushed out the apartment door and to the ground floor where her husband was now laid dead. Amber left one final kiss on his cheek. The life of Amber and Josh Hiberling wasn't one to be looked up to. It was a whirlwind of toxic love.
I didn't just lose my husband. Jeannie and Patrick lost their son. Zach lost his brother. His grandma. His poor grandma's gonna have a heart attack when she finds out that her little Josh is gone. All I kept seeing, I just held his broken body. I just kept looking at him.
Amber,
I can't.
I'm not saying that you're
I
guilty.
can't believe this.
Listen to me. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of things at stake that people are going to be doing their jobs. Patrick and them, they are going to come after you with everything they got. Okay? You know that. So you've got to fight for that one. And you got to fight for yourself.
But who fights for Josh?
He's in better. Listen to me. He's in God's.
He's gonna be
Amber. He's in God's hands right now.
He's not supposed to be
No,
there.
he's not supposed to be, but he's in God's hands.
This isn't fair.
Josh and Amber's relationship was short and unhealthy. The pair met and married in the year 2010. At the time, Josh was in the Air Force until he was discharged due to a developing drug problem. The couple were forced to move from their home in Alaska to a high-rise apartment complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Josh and Amber were known to argue quite a bit, and oftentimes it would become physical. In one particular argument, Amber threw a lamp at Josh, striking him on his head. Josh would require several stitches to seal the wound. In June of 2011, Josh would obtain an emergency protective order against Amber. He packed his belongings and told Amber, his wife of barely a year, that he wanted a divorce.
When they come in and they ask you, say, I don't want to say nothing till my attorney gets here. Do you understand?
The detective's at the scene still, okay? They'll be one clearing a little bit, and they'll come down here and talk to you. Get all that, so just hang tight, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
But doesn't that make me guilty?
No, that makes the lawyer do his job. Because, baby, they will bring everything in.
But regardless, I'm going to jail.
That doesn't mean we're just doing your rights. You just don't understand how things work. You just don't say nothing till your attorney gets here. Okay?
So we're going to be here for hours.
Yeah, it'll probably be a long night. But you don't say nothing until your attorney gets here. When they come in, just say, I don't want to say nothing until my attorney gets here.
Amber claims that Josh had thrown a laundry basket at the window, shattering the glass. When he was inspecting the window, Amber walked up behind him and pushed Josh out of the window, watching him fall to the concrete below.
Okay? Don't slip any other way. You just have to stick to that. Because they are, listen to me, they are going to poke you.
I just want to be with Josh. I just want to die.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Amber, you got that baby there.
But this is Josh's baby.
That's right, that's Josh's baby. That's the only thing that Josh has got is that baby.
He's supposed to be here. I'm such a bad person.
Amber.
No, I don't deserve to live. I don't deserve to be a mom. Josh deserves to be a dad. I And Josh isn't even a person anymore.
You can't talk like that.
I'm so sorry.
And you can't talk like that in front of... You gotta hold it together, baby.
I can't stop seeing Josh fall. I just want to be back in bed, laying with him. That's never gonna happen again. Why did he have to die? I just want to see him smile again. This isn't fair. I just want to go back in time. I lost the person I loved. The person I couldn't even imagine being separated from is dead.
Amber was taken into custody by the Tulsa Police Department and placed in an interrogation room with her grandmother. Unbeknownst to them, the conversation between the pair was being recorded as they spoke of the event. It was obvious that Amber was beginning to show symptoms of a psychological shock. Psychological shock is a physical response in a person's body as a result from a traumatic experience. For some, the shock may only last a couple of hours, but others can stay in this state for several days or even weeks. Psychological shock can cause a person to disconnect from their experiences, which is what Amber is beginning to undergo now.
I wonder if his parents know yet.
I'm sure they do.
They were right. They kept saying if we stay together, I'm gonna kill him. How did this happen? How did this happen? Why did he have to fall out the window? Fall out a window? Why did Mom put us in that apartment? Why are we there? Why were we there? Why didn't I just leave? He was leaving. I kept just saying, and when he leaves, I'll go to my grandma's. Why didn't I just leave? He'd still be alive.
Amber is showing key signs of a narcissistic personality. A narcissist truly believes that they can do no wrong and instead finds other people, places, or things to blame their troubles on. In this case, Amber is blaming her mother for paying for their move into the high-rise apartment and is blaming the apartment for being so far off the ground. In Amber's mind, Josh's death was not her fault, and she will do her best to not take any responsibility for the murder.
I can't get the image of him out of my head, him falling out the window. I'm just trying to tell myself this isn't real and this is all gonna be over soon. Will you have Mom bring me some different pants?
Well, right now, ain't nobody going nowhere.
His bones were sticking out all over his body. His whole body was broken. And I just held him and kissed his cheeks and screamed for him to wake up. This is gonna turn into a nightmare.
We just have to pray we'll get through it.
As Amber finds herself further into a psychological shock episode, her mind switches from seeing Josh's mangled body to wanting different pants and back again. Amber does this again when she explains seeing the bones puncturing through his skin, before quickly disconnecting from the image and thinking about what lies ahead of her.
I don't deserve to pray. Who am I praying to, Josh? Josh hates me. I'm not even going to be able to meet him in heaven anymore because he just hates me. I killed him.
Stop talking like that.
What kind of person am I?
You're a loving person that has been abused by Josh just as well.
No, I I'm a horrible person who could do that. Push my husband and make him fall out the window. I wish I could just go back and know that if I pushed him, it was going to happen.
Amber, quit saying you pushed him out the window.
Perhaps it was unintentional, but as Amber ranted about her regrets that day, she has confessed to pushing Josh out the window. While it was still unknown to her and her grandmother that they were being recorded, Amber's grandmother didn't want her saying these things in fear that the officers outside the door would overhear it.
Did you intentionally?
No, of course not.
Okay, that's what they're gonna take it as, baby. That's why I said everything that you say, they're gonna in a different manner. Because they're gonna say, okay, Amber.
I just don't understand this whole...
Legal system?
No, not that. I don't understand the whole pattern of events of the last year. Us getting married and going to Alaska. Everything in Alaska, me being pregnant. Coming back here, getting kicked out of Mom's house. Going to the apartment. And then all for it to Josh just fall out of a high-rise building.
I wish I would have never went to the apartment.
I mean, what are the chances? How many times has that happened? All Josh's friends, his family, they're gonna know he died because he fell out of a high-rise apartment. And I just keep watching him fall. Over and over and over again in my head. Watching him flail and think that he, my last thought was, please catch yourself. And I just want to know what was going through his head. If he knew he was going to die. If he said a prayer, or if he cursed my name, or if he just thought that he could catch himself too. And then just watching him hit the ground.
Is there no balcony there from the living room?
No.
Amber shows yet another narcissistic trait. Instead of being concerned about Josh's family and the news of a family member being dead, she's concerned about herself. Amber is more concerned with how the world will see her and the pain that she is in. Amber's cries do not seem heartfelt, but instead self-aware. While the woman may be scared for herself, it seems as if she's putting on a show for anyone that may be watching.
I just want to go back. Please, I just want to go back and just not push him, just catch him, something. This can't be real. I mean, I still have my whole life ahead of me. And I was supposed to spend it with Josh. And now I'm gonna go to prison. And Josh is dead. My baby's gonna get taken away from me. I can't believe he fell out the window. Why did that happen?
Because it's an apartment up there with a view and y'all.
Why didn't I just leave? Why were we there? Why did he fall? Josh is dead. I just want to know where he's at right now. He's probably talking to his grandpa.
He's probably talking to his grandpa.
But I wonder where he went. And what about a funeral? How is that ever gonna work?
Amber.
That's what I'm saying. This is a nightmare that's just now getting started. I mean, as if Josh being dead, I can't even say it without I can't believe it when I say it.
Amber continues to show no concern for anyone else but herself. Rather, she questions how things will be regarding solely herself. Why did this happen to her? What will people think of her now? Will everyone in Tulsa think she's a murderer? Why did they live in a high-rise apartment? Will she go to jail? How will she be able to have a funeral if Josh's body is mangled? Amber tells her grandmother that she wishes she could take back the push. When her grandmother asks her about the push, Amber goes into detail about the events leading up to Josh's fall. Unknowingly, the pair do not realize that there are detectives watching this conversation on the other side. As her confession continues to unfold, the detectives choose to stay where they're at. Amber is confidently and willingly talking to her grandmother about the events, and they don't want to risk Amber shutting down despite already having enough evidence.
I just want to save him. I want to save him. I just want to... At least if I can go back and take back the push, at least I can save him.
The push.
The push. I pushed him against the wall and he... Oh my god. At least I could catch him. I tried, but it was all so fast. And I just want to know what his last thoughts were. What could you think? What could go through your head when you're falling to your death?
Was he fixing to... Where was the candle things?
There's like these stand-up candle things like this high. They're just like little wire things, but he was fixing the TV. He was like messing with the TV right here. And the window's right here. And I pushed him and he fell into the window and fell. Oh god. I'm never gonna get over this. I'm never gonna understand it. I mean, I thought divorce was gonna hurt. He's not even here. I can't even talk to him. Every time I pick up my phone, I'm just gonna want to text him.
The interrogator decides it's time to enter the room. He wants to ask Amber a couple of questions of his own, but Amber listens to her grandmother and doesn't disclose any further information. The last thing Amber wants to do is incriminate herself and take the blame for Josh's death.
How old are you?
19.
How long you guys been
I
married?
can't make a statement. I don't want this to turn out bad.
Okay, well,
My mom, I think, is calling an attorney,
okay. Is that what you want to do?
and I'm not supposed to say anything till he gets here.
Okay. Who is your attorney?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, let me just get all your information then, and we won't talk about the case at all, okay? Amber, and I'll let your grandma come back in here, okay?
I can't deal with this.
Okay, can you tell me your name and stuff?
Amber Hiberling.
Okay. Is it H-I-B?
No, Hilberling.
Okay.
L-I-N-G.
Would you like to, is this your water? You want another water or pop or anything? Okay, what's your date of birth, Amber? Okay, I'll call your mom, okay?
Okay.
You want your grandma to come sit back in?
Yes, please.
Okay.
The detective leaves the room and allows for Gloria, Amber's grandmother, to come back into the room with her. They are still unaware that the police were recording their conversations and building a case against Amber. While in the room, Amber begins to pray to Josh, hoping he can hear her.
Josh, baby, I will never, ever forgive myself. I can't even begin to accept this. I want you to be here. Just come back, please. Please. I love you. I love you so much. I hope you are happy. I will spend the rest of my life paying for this.
While awaiting her trial, Amber was offered several plea deals, one of which included spending as little as 5 years in prison, but she rejected them all. Eventually, Amber would be allowed out on bond while she waited for her trial. In order to do this, Amber was forced to wear an ankle monitor and remain sober during this time. However, her bond would be revoked after she failed to charge the ankle monitor 10 times and failed a random drug screening. Amber would be found guilty during her trial and sentenced to 25 years in prison. In 2016, Amber would film a documentary while in prison. She told interviewers that she was happy and had eventually found a new partner whom she loved dearly. Despite this, Amber would be found dead in her cell in October the same year. Her death was ruled as a suicide.